the truth has finally leaked surrounding the Chicago Bulls in regards to the contract situation with star guard Josh Giddey and the team's negotiations, while rumors loom about potential trades with the Golden State Warriors and also a huge implication surrounding Josh Giddey's contract for another team that is also not exactly in playoff contention, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Bulls Digest. It's Chris here. We're going to jump right into things as always. If you guys are part of that 72% that's not subscribed, make sure to subscribe for daily Chicago Bulls updates. We're on that grind every single day, bringing you guys the latest and greatest Chicago Bulls content. Turn on those post notifications as well so you do not miss a video, but let's jump in and talk about this. There's a lot to go over. As we know, one of the biggest storylines, well, really the biggest storyline surrounding the Bulls all offseason has been star guard Josh Giddey. Giddey is a restricted free agent right now, and there has been a lot of discussion surrounding the price tag over his head. Now, being a restricted free agent, obviously no team can just sign outright Josh Giddey. The Bulls would get 48 hours to match, and here's the thing. It's been a consistent theme. We're seeing no team have money, so really the only team with control over Josh Giddey right now is the Chicago Bulls when it comes to contract negotiations. Because of this, things have stalled a lot as the sides are not really on the same page right now, and everything surrounding the team does have a lot of questions being asked. Now, jumping right into it, it was mentioned by Brett Sigel that no progress has been made between Josh Giddey and the Chicago Bulls on a new deal in restricted free agency, league sources said. Now, the two sides met at the NBA Summer League in Las Vegas, where Giddey and his camp made it clear they wanted a contract similar to of Jalen Suggs and Immanuel Quickley, and have not come down from their $30 million annual average value asking price. Now, look, here's the deal. When we look at guys like Immanuel Quickley and Jalen Suggs and put them next to Josh Giddey, the numbers, in all seriousness, don't look that different. They're all different players. Immanuel Quickley is the best shooter of the bunch. He's almost won that Sixth Man of the Year with the Knicks, has been good when healthy with the Toronto Raptors. But with the Raptors, it was one of those situations where they did trade OG Anunoby away to get Immanuel Quickley, which did sort of handcuff them to having to give the extension. Meanwhile, Jalen Suggs was drafted by the Magic, and there was that connection already there, plus the fact that Jalen Suggs has been an NBA all-defensive member and is one of the best on-ball defenders in the league right now, and is just a complete very important part to a team in the Magic that's trying to win games. The Bulls, it's not exactly clear what the plan is. It never exactly is unless it's just the play-in for the rest of human history. But Josh Giddey was a bit different. Yeah, the Bulls traded away Alex Caruso, and that's a big thing to go over with this whole situation. But on top of that, what we're also seeing from the Chicago Bulls is the situation of Josh Giddey's going to help the Bulls win games. And when it comes down to it, that's going to raise a lot of questions. Now, we look at the contract of Immanuel Quickley. He's getting a ton of money, 5 years, $142 million, an average annual value over $32 million per year. Just to make that a little bit bigger for you guys, when you look at it, it's a contract that is a flat rate. It's not increasing per year. The average annual value is $32.5 million, and that's what he will be getting every year until the 2028-29 season. Quickley is getting a bag, and I think you'd be hard-pressed to find people who are going to say Quickley is levels above Josh Giddey, if better at all. And when you look at Jalen Suggs, in fairness to Suggs, he does bring something that a contending team needs to the table, which is the elite defense and playmaking that he does bring to the team, as well as good scoring in the paint. But he's 24 years old, looks excellent defensively, and is getting around $30 million per year as well. Now, he's on a depreciating value contract. He's on a front-loaded deal where he's making the most money in year one, and then years 2, 3, 4, 5 after that. It does go down, as the Bulls did have a multitude of contracts to extend, such as guys like Franz Wagner and Paulo Banchero, and that does save them a lot of headaches. So that's important, especially also now having Desmond Bane on the roster. So you look at them as totally understandable why Josh Giddey wants it. Neither of these guys are levels above Josh Giddey, if above at all. So it makes sense where Giddey comes from, but they're in different scenarios here. Quickley could have walked in free agency, or was a restricted free agent, but so it was a similar deal. But the Bulls, they obviously acquired Giddey in a trade that was a big trade. Obviously, it helped the Thunder win the finals. But at the same time, Josh Giddey it's tougher to gauge his value when there's no team that even has the ability to steal him away. And that is what has caused this sort of pause between Josh Giddey and the Bulls front office. Now, just looking at more on this whole story, it should be mentioned, as Sigel said, that the Bulls have not offered more than a 4-year contract in the $20 million range. However, the two sides are expected to reunite and negotiate and find common ground on a new deal this summer. No team outside of Chicago has expressed legitimate interest in Giddey due to his contract demands. So obviously, with that in mind, it's tough to grant Josh Giddey a real contract where he's not being realistic in these negotiations. It makes sense why he wants that money. There's no doubt about it. I'm not disputing that. However, I honestly think a lot of credit does go to Arturas Karnisovas for not going out of his way and giving a contract that he doesn't have to give to Josh Giddey. We know the second apron's a big deal. All of a sudden, at the drop of the hat, the Bulls can decide, all right, it's contention time. Let's try to get assets. While Josh Giddey's on that contract, regardless, the Bulls are going to try to compete again. So it makes sense why Arturas and crew are not trying to give all that money away to Josh Giddey when they could kind of lowball him and have no real impact from it. And I think that's the thing. If they keep offering that, Josh Giddey really gets forced into two options here. One, he can accept the deal. 4 years, $80 million, and just understand that he lost that round because, frankly, it was just an unfortunate time for Giddey and his camp to hit that restricted free agency. That's the first option. Second option is you wait, accept that qualifying offer, and can become an unrestricted free agent next year and walk from the Bulls. Obviously, that one scares us. So what do you do in this situation? If you're the Bulls, if you're AK and crew, you have to find a way to get Josh Giddey to not go that route, because then one, he's going to be upset at you and will try to leave. He will. Let's be fair. He'll try to leave, especially it's not like the Bulls are projected to win 1 million games next season. And also, two, on top of that, what we also see from Giddey in this situation is he can easily raise his value, and then there's a bidding war, and then it's way more money. So the best case scenario for the Bulls is that Arturas gets it done, but he might have to raise the price a little bit. And that's why Giddey has any leverage at all, is he could just say, I'm taking that qualifying offer, becoming an unrestricted free agent, and I'm bouncing. And I will tank my value while doing it, and then you guys are screwed. So that's the tough situation that has to be navigated right here. Now, Giddey also does have a lot to his advantage. For instance, players who are 25 or under 25 years old with 1,000 points, 500 plus rebounds, and 500 plus assists last season. He's the only one. So Josh Giddey is putting up an argument for why he should get that bag. On top of that, we look at El Sidery mentioned that the Bulls are holding firm on that Josh Giddey contract. They're not going to go up. And if Giddey's representatives continue to not like Chicago's offer, they could accept that qualifying offer to become that restricted free agent, which is where things get very nerve-wracking for the Bulls. Do you really want to go do that dance if you're Arturas? And are you going to give in to the demands? My guess is we're going to see something with the common ground come along, because then Josh Giddey also, here's the thing that we did not mention yet with Josh Giddey if he accepts that qualifying offer. God forbid he gets injured. Like a serious injury. Like a really bad injury. No insurance. $11 million, you're done. You're now fighting hard for any contract. The Bulls made it clear they want you. Lonzo's gone. Okoro's in. Guard room's a little thinner now. I mean, Kobe White's a completely different type of player. This team should be Josh Giddey's next year. Is it, though? Is Josh Giddey going to ruin that? Is he going to be willing to come down? Or is AK going to stand strong and try to force him to? Or is Giddey going to refuse and AK is going to understand the risks? I don't think Josh Giddey's worth $30 million. I don't think many people do. Frankly, I don't think Immanuel Quickley, who, by the way, I do know from playing video games with him together for a bit, so I feel bad saying this, and Jalen Suggs, are they necessarily worth $30 million contracts? Well, if they are, then Josh Giddey probably is too. I don't know if any of them are. But Giddey's the one who became a free agent at an unfortunate time. And the Bulls should take that and run with it. Take it and sprint with it, please. Now, on top of that, we're seeing this happen with restricted free agents across the world. I mean, the same thing's happening with Cam Thomas right now as well with the Brooklyn Nets. And Josh Giddey, he is a lot different from Cam Thomas because he's an all-around player. He's not just a more pure scoring type of guy. Giddey put up 14.5 points last year with 8 rebounds and 7 assists. He had a steal per game as well. The defense is improving, and also the three-point shooting is improving. He shot 38% from 3 and 39 in the corners, also shooting 46.5% from the field. So he's putting up good numbers. Meanwhile, the Jonathan Kuminga trade rumors loom large. Kuminga, a guy who put up 15 and 4 last year, shooting terribly from 3. He has been someone who's been linked to the Bulls time and time again, but not in exchange for Josh Giddey. This would be a completely different move. And this also, with Giddey's contract, and also Kuminga's contract, will impact the whole cap situation as well. Then you keep going, and you look at Cam Thomas, a guy who put up 24 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists, does not play good defense, and the shooting is not efficient. But at the same time, he's the only scoring option on the Brooklyn Nets. Well, I guess Michael Porter Jr. now. But when it comes down to it, Cam Thomas is going through the same problem as well. No teams have money. There's no team that can steal him away. So the Nets don't feel pressure either. And if Cam Thomas ends up taking that qualifying offer, you can bet that Josh Giddey is likely to follow and do the same and say, push it till next year. I won't get injured. But also, if you're planning to not get injured, you're going to play worse. So Giddey's going to have to figure out some middle ground. It becomes really, all the pressure goes to him if he takes that qualifying offer, which he knows. And that's what makes this thing so difficult to navigate at the end of the day. Because we know Josh Giddey's a great player. Nobody's saying Josh Giddey isn't a great player. He's had excellent games. He's been this awesome piece for the Bulls. I loved this trade when the Bulls traded Caruso away for Josh Giddey. You get a young guard who's exciting to watch, who has a good future in the sport. But also now you're looking at a situation where you could really get Josh Giddey on a bargain. He attacks well. He scores the ball well. He passes phenomenally. He can play the 1, the 2. He could honestly play the 3 as well, especially now with the way he's shooting the ball. It gives him so much more leverage to really ball out and do his thing. Josh Giddey has shown a lot recently, and we are just going to keep seeing him work and grow and get better. He's still so young that when it comes down to things, we've seen a guy who is just great in these situations, and also he's great in the clutch, in case y'all forgot when he did that. So everything underway, I think it's clear the Bulls need to find some sort of solution with Josh Giddey. Offer him $25, $24 million. See if he accepts. I would take that deal in a heartbeat for Josh Giddey because he's going to get better. He's not done improving. Guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day. I'll catch you on the next one.